Hello everyone, this is Love Johar. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. So today we will discuss, as you know, what are the three most popular cyber security job roles in the market and how can you get one out of them. So we have heard a lot of hype being building up around the cyber security, jobs in the market. So I have industry specialists with me. Akshay is here with me. He's one of the domain experts out there. So, Akshay, would you like to quickly introduce yourself and just break through this myth of three popular security job roles out there? Over to you.
Yeah, hi love. Thanks for having me. I am Akshay Dikshit. I am an information security practitioner myself. I am the co-founder and the CTO of Anzen Technologies Private Limited. It is a cyber security training services and solutioning firm. We provide specialized cyber security services to small scale, medium scale, and large scale organizations. Uh, Putting the introduction aside to specifically talk about your question here, love. So that's a very valid question. Uh, if you ask me, according to me, right now in the current job market, information security, the three top most lucrative or the hottest jobs right now is one of them being a SOC professional. One reason being that no matter how the industry changes, a security operation center is here to stay. A security operation center is the heart of an organization, and no matter where the economy goes, information security is always going to be the need. There is always going to be the need for a security operation center, which is essentially monitoring for all active threats and alerting and notifying any particular organization for any kind of threats or attacks that are coming in.
So when we
Uh,
say when we say SOC, a lot of hype has been built around this SOC framework. What exactly does somebody has to do in order to jump into such a role? For a fresher, is it possible?
Yeah, so SOC has a lot of job roles here. So a person who is beginning his career in SOC starts at a level one role, what we call here as a SOC L1 analyst, which is essentially a person who sits inside a security operation center, inside a war room. He sits in front of a screen and he is actively looking for any threats that may have come or may come inside an organization. So he is the first person, or he's the first line of defense. He's the person who's actively monitoring for any kinds of threats, and he alerts the respective people in the information security team about any threat that may come or that is in progress.
So can I say that anybody who is jumping out of the college as a fresher can opt the SOC career as a long-term option?
Yeah, because SOC is a very lucrative job profile. I'll tell you why. Because it starts from an L1, which requires you for up to 2 to 3 years of experience within the monitoring part of a SOC. You move on to an L2 role, which talks about actually helping in fine tuning the rules, the use cases for how and what you are monitoring for. You then move on to an L3 role, wherein you do expert analysis of specific incidents. You perform major threat hunting, and you ensure that an organization has all uh, top cyber security attacks taken care of within the organization itself. It then moves on to a person becoming a SOC manager, a SOC lead, and eventually, who knows, may even lead to becoming a CISO.
I completely understand, and I think it's a huge opportunity for somebody jumping off the out of the college to build upon, right?
Yeah, that's true. One of the things, love, what's happened is that over the time, a job of a SOC analyst has been portrayed to be a very boring and a mundane one. That is not true. Based on industry requirements on or a couple of job roles or job experiences that people may have had, what they feel is that they are just sitting in front of a screen and just raising tickets and alerts. But that is not what is the heart or the essence of a SOC job. It's actually a pretty tough and a pretty important role, wherein you make sure that you are monitoring for any and every kind of alert. And the need of the hour is for a security SOC analyst to just level up his skill set, The requirement for a SOC L1 is not the same as it was 5 to 7 years ago. And if you expect the same kind of work culture, then there is a mismatch or kind of a gap in the understanding of the role itself.
Okay, okay. I completely get that. Okay. What is the other profile apart from SOC then?
Yeah, so other thing which has recently come up, which we also provide as a part of our service, is incident response, which is when an alert gets generated, when you know there is an active attack in progress, or when you have a suspicion or a hunch of something that may happen or is happening or might have happened. Then what do you do? How do you actually analyze an incident thoroughly, deeply from a technical perspective? You understand what the who, where, what, why, and when of an incident is, and you prepare a report and you suggest on how to contain that incident and make sure that incident doesn't happen again. That is the job role of an incident responder.
So I think again it's a very important and crucial role from any organizational standpoint, because I think the whole responsibility of incidents lies on an
Yes.
individual here.
Your infosec team, your organization relies on you to be able to perform an in-depth analysis. It requires a heavily technical skill set. You need to have an understanding of operating system, of servers. You need to have an understanding of threat hunting. You need to have an understanding of how applications work. You need to know everything about everything before you can even consider yourself as a good incident responder.
Yeah, completely agree, Akshay. I think it's a huge responsibility, first of all, for any fresher to, come up to this level.
Yeah, and it requires a lot from you, and that is one of the reasons which we talked about a course that we had designed a couple of years back and now have reformed it for an online platform. The idea
Yes.
behind any such thing is essentially equipping you. See, people are intelligent enough. If you give a student or a candidate or a fresher or a person wanting to start a job the right platform, the right kind of training, you give them the right kind of mindset, you make them aware of what this theoretical concept actually converts to in practical application, then it's just them actually going ahead, implementing, applying those concepts and actually getting the results. And once you start getting the results, once you start getting a hang of it, like any job profile, you just kind of ease into it and then you progress upwards.
Right, absolutely. What is the third kind of role, Akshay, since we talk about three important job roles for cybersecurity domain? What
Yeah,
would be
so
the
from a technical perspective, I would say that a SOC or an incident responder is good. Is a good role. Obviously, a technical assessment person, a vulnerability assessment, and a penetration tester and a red teamer is also very important from a technical standpoint. Um, but I would be doing injustice if I do not include the compliance and audit aspect of it, because organizations have to be compliant. They need to make sure the user data is secure, that the user privacy, information security within the organization is implemented and percolated in a right way. So a compliance officer is a very important role as well. It's about the implementation of a security management system. It's about a person who can do a risk assessment, who can actually perform, who can implement a risk management system, who can actually do an audit right from scratch to reporting to actually tracking and closing the findings from a risk management perspective. I think a good compliance officer is a need of any organization.
I completely agree with that, and I think it's you rightly said, it's irrespective of the organization in which you are working from, point of view. I think every organization needs somebody from a compliance standpoint. Absolutely.
Yes, because see, it's not just, it's somebody who can understand what laws mean and how they translate into technical aspect. If I may be a technical assessment or a security guy, but if I don't understand how this affects and how this protects my business, the primary core money earning function of my company, then it's kind of just a siloed activity that I'm performing just for the sake of it. It has to translate into enabling business. Like we say, security should not be an inhibitor, it should be an enabler. And it's these guys, these compliance people, who are the bridge between the business and the technical aspect of security.
Okay, so I do get a lot of questions from all these, freshers who are jumping out of the college. They have a lot of questions in terms of how they can enter this information security domain, what career they should pursue, how they can, build up their, journey. So, do you have something for them in store?
Yeah, so a typical path that people usually take is going for certifications like ISO 27001, lead auditor, lead implementer, basis on getting experience themselves, and putting in those number of years, and hoping to scale up to a specific job role.
But would there
As
be, but if I say, would there be a comprehensive framework, a kind of a package deal where these people can get all these things without, jumping through multiple certificates all at once?
Yeah, so that's what I was about to get to. So from we ourselves at Anzen, we have been providing audit and compliance trainings to corporate clients and candidates out there in the past. Like we had launched the CIRP course through your platform at remote level as well. There is a course which we are calling as the cyber security audit professional. We are launching it very soon, the revised updated version of it. Hopefully you will give me a chance to talk about it later as well. And that is a comprehensive training course where we start from the basics of what an information system is, how to perform an audit of an information system, talks about all risk management, risk assessment, controls in depth. We cover all major information security compliance standards like ISO 27001, PCI DSS, GDPR, and HIPAA, and kind of prepare anybody who wants to get into this domain from a fresh start, or somebody who already has an experience in one way or the other, in some project or the other, and kind of needs to improve their skill set, or a person looking to enhance their job role, kind of take up compliance as a job role and an activity. This course is for them. It's a comprehensive course wherein it's not just a concept, it is not just a multiple choice question and answer based certification. It's where we discuss all major industries, we cover all use cases, we talk about templates, we talk about risk assessment, we talk about risk tracking, we talk about closures, we talk about how this actually functions in the real world within an organization and specific to different sectors.
Okay, so we have talked about these courses, Akshay, but from a fresher's point of view, there is a huge resistance in terms of investment of money because they have just moved out from the college. So there is a big resistance in terms of spending any amount of money. So from these price point of view, from the monetary aspect, will these courses be affordable for them?
Yeah, I mean, love, you have to invest a little bit of time and money into, see, as it is, if you go for certifications, industry leading certifications, if you go in for trainings, you're already investing a lot of time and money there itself. It's just that we don't realize because over a period of time we invest all of this, and it's not about the investment you make, it's actually foreseeing and looking at the return of the investment that you're making. You, if it's a one time investment where under one place you actually get to learn so much that you land up in the kind of a job role you want, in the kind of job profile you want, and the work and getting the financial compensation that you desired for, then I think it's a very small investment that with the kind of salaries that are being offered to these job roles, you can recover that within a matter of months.
And I think, as you mentioned, this return on investment will start even eventually after a couple of months after doing these courses, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like the CRP course we talked about, we are already offering assistance through internships and job opportunities as well. No matter which program. So this is what I would like to mention, love, over here is, as far as me and my organization is concerned, I have a simple thought that if somebody associates with us, we first understand what is their requirement is, and then we assist them all the way. So as much as possible we try to assist them in the kind of job profile they want, into shaping them, into helping them prepare for interviews. All of that happens. I mean, it's a culture. What I want to put out there is, it's not just a classroom based money making business anymore. It's about actually generating value for people who want. And if you invest your time and money, then you should get more than what you actually expected to get. And if a training program is not providing you that, then it's not worth your time.
Yes, absolutely. I agree that it's not doing justice if you are inputting all your precious hours after getting out of college and still you are not getting jobs and struggling out there. So absolutely, I agree with you, Akshay, on that. And I
Yeah,
think,
you should be satisfied with the kind of, you should feel that it was a, see, there is spending money and there is investing money. You should feel that yes, this was a money worth spending, this was a good investment. I have actually learned something. I can actually talk to people, I can actually debate with people, I can actually crack interviews, I actually understand now how this works in an industry. And eventually all of this converts into a job or a raise or an appraisal or a promotion or a better work profile, so on and so forth.
I think it's a great platform that you have provided to all the freshers out there, Akshay. I would mention that, and equally at the same time, it's an opportunity for them. I would say, because no other training provider or even a company is providing such a course at the moment, where you are giving them all these lucrative options at a single click of a button. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, see, the main reason behind this, love, is that I don't consider my organization or my company as a training provider. I just consider that we are people who have been in cybersecurity for a while, been there enough to understand what a candidate particularly needs, what will definitely benefit them more than they realize themselves. And we can offer it to them in a way that is affordable, that if they're investing their time, then they get the maximum benefit out of it. That is the ultimate goal of any such training that I have launched now, have been doing in the past, or will ever do in the future.
Great initiative, I would say, Akshay, and I can clearly see the enthusiasm that you are showing here, and I completely understand the kind of material that the participants will get, and the kind of knowledge that they will be imparted into would be would actually help them throughout their cyber security career. I can
Yeah,
clearly say that.
and thanks to you, we have been getting overwhelming response. I mean, we were already doing this in the past through our channels, but through your platform, since we launched this, we have been getting a lot of responses. People are actually interested, people are actually seeing value to it, and I hope that maximum number of people benefit out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a huge opportunity for anyone out there who is, first of all, struggling to get a job, just came out from the college, and especially because of this pandemic situation, it's kind of a panic for all the freshers out there, man. They're kind of struggling. They don't know where to go at the moment.
Yeah, I know, and it can be scary. It can be scary, but like I always say, when I talk to people, I always say that, think with a cool head, think about what you're getting, ask questions, never accept or agree to anything before asking questions. Get satisfied, select the right kind of career path for you, then choose the right program that is the best fit for you, and then only go ahead with it.
I think one thing I can clearly see over here, Akshay, as you rightly mentioned, you have a team of professionals. You have people already in the domain from last 10, 20 years who have actually practiced cybersecurity. I think somebody entering into this domain, the funnel is already created for that person.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about real world cases. So if a trainer comes to you and is teaching you about vulnerability assessment, there is a huge probability that in the last week they actually did a vulnerability assessment for a client, and they may use that as a use case. So you never know. I mean, it's always a fresh start. The courses are always young. The courses are always new. New use cases keep coming up, and that is the kind of response I get from the candidates, that it's not a stale material. It's not something I've already read in a blog or saw in a training itself. This is something which I heard and saw for the first time. So it's a very fresh concept, fresh way of approaching, wherein if I have done something, I will teach that.
cheers to you, Akshay. I would say, I haven't heard about this thing before, as I mentioned yesterday also in one of the conversations. So, great. Anything you would like to conclude?
I would just say that, just because people should not get scared, people should not be afraid that there aren't jobs out there, and just because 10 people are doing something doesn't mean you have to do that too. Think from your head, believe in your own capacity to make a right judgment, make a right decision. Study hard, put in the number of hours that are required for it, and nobody can stop you. And we are just here to help. We are just providing a platform. If somebody has really decided to do something, there's nobody that can stop them.
Absolutely. And I think all of you who are watching this video, Akshay is a great mentor out there. He's extending his hand to help you out there. So I think you should grab this opportunity, and the website where you can get all these courses and the contact numbers will be provided in the description of this video. You can easily go there and talk to Akshay and, anybody, if you are interested for these courses. Thank you so much, Akshay, for your time. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, love.
Thank you.